So guys, this is part two from the first video it cut off, but I was wrapping it up anyway. But what I was saying to you all is that the vows that you took in front of witnesses and under God, you all don't want to humble yourself under God for those who are believers, because we see a lot of believers who are sleeping with other people outside of their marriage. But you all would rather just go out and sleep with another man or another woman or multiple men and women outside of your marriage instead of fixing and repairing your marriage your number one priority. And so I just want to let you all know, in a single community, if you all want to see real changes, if you all who are serious about marriage, if you all are serious about love and connecting with people and being honest and real with people, if you all are really from the core of your soul and from the deepest depths of your heart, if you are serious about wanting love and wanting to love somebody, wanting to profess somebody to the world, to your friends, to your family, if you are serious about no longer playing games and sleeping around and having other options and different men and women that you can run to, and you are ready to be honest, you are ready to be faithful, you are ready to be loyal, you are ready to have a very big change for the better in your life, and you want your life turned around in a sense of you are tired of being single, you don't want to continue to live your life by yourself, you want a companion, a lifetime companion, and you want to be married, all I'm saying to you is that you all have got to get serious. You've got to clear the pathway for God to do a new thing in you. You all cannot continue to play. I tell you all the time, you cannot continue to play with your time and your life. The world is so just oversexed. Everybody just wants to screw. And that's all people want to do. Nobody wants to take their time getting to know each other. A real relationship and you bonding with somebody for real, it can't be a microwave relationship. Getting to know someone takes time. And single people need to start being honest, because like I said in that first message, a lot of you all, you are such liars. You are such game players. You are such manipulators. You all know that you are still in love with somebody else. You know that they're in your mind and your heart every day that you live and breathe. You know that at the drop of a dime, although you may be sleeping with multiple people or you may be messing with that particular man or woman, let your baby mother who you still in love with, or your baby father who you're still in love with, or that woman you went to college with or high school with, or the girl in the neighborhood you mess with, let them call you and tell you, okay, I'm done playing around. I want us to get together and be serious. You would run to them in a split second, and you would care nothing about the multiple men and women that you're dating getting offended and hurt or heartbroken. And this is why in the single community, there are so many complaints. You are not going to convince me that every single one of you who believe in dating multiple people, that the problem is just, it's a lot of single mothers. It's a lot of women who they want a man to take care of them. Because like I said in the first video message, that's what a lot of men feel. They feel like a lot of women are not worth them spending a couple of dollars on a woman to take her out to breakfast, lunch, or dinner. All you see is a bunch of single men complaining, and a single mother or a woman that's older, or a woman who has baggage, or whatever you all are complaining about, that woman does not have to apologize for living her life or being at a particular level at a certain point in her life. And fast forward, she desires something more, or she desires something different. And vice versa. Ladies, a man does not have to apologize to you for situations he came out of, whether he has different children, with different mothers. He may have made his mistakes in relationships, but if that man has turned his life around and he is serious and he has matured, or he has received his deliverance and he has been proven, and you have done your work and prayed about that man and gone to God, then what is the problem? Another big problem that I see as a pattern in the single community is that everybody is complaining instead of looking at their self and changing their self. And there is a very high level of arrogance in the single community. And I say it all the time. I think more mercy, grace, and humility needs to be exercised. Not changing your preference, but you got to be more humble, because you have a past as well. You cannot keep throwing in somebody's face who they used to be or what they came out of. There were so many women who did not have the proper training on how they should have been carrying themselves growing up. A lot of women, a lot of young ladies, they didn't have an auntie or a grandmother or an older sister or brother, or their mother telling them, don't be promiscuous, don't sleep around. Every man that you date and have sex with, you don't have to have a baby with him. A lot of young ladies were not being taught and trained about using condoms, about getting on birth control. A lot of women were not taught on how to be domestic. They were not taught and trained on, this is what you do to run your household once God blesses you with a husband. You keep your house clean, you cook. A lot of young ladies were not taught to cook. A lot of people, single brothers and sisters, they are coming from toxic, broken, motherless, or fatherless backgrounds. A lot of them have had a lot of trauma. So you have to be more tender, overstanding, as well as understanding if you're trying to get to know them. Because just to be real, you can get the person that you wrote your list out and you said, this is all the things I want this particular man or woman to have. But you all could still be unequally yoked. They can look good aesthetically. They can have the finances. They can be submissive to you, men. Or women, that man can make the money you feel he should make and treat you like a queen. But he's a cheater. He's abusive verbally and physically or economically. He's a liar. He lived a double life. He was a down low bisexual man, and you don't know about that. And this is why I say men and women in a single community has to exercise more grace, more mercy. And you all still, again, are not going to God. You can't expect everybody to be put together and be top notch, but you're not even top notch yourself. A lot of you all feel and believe you're top notch because you're pulling off of your physical appearance and your material possessions. But you ain't worth a you know what when it comes to character. You are not trustworthy. You know behind the scenes and behind that man, woman, or back. What I just say? Behind that man or woman's back, I'm sorry, you know that you are still communicating with your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. You know that you're still going back and forth to your husband or wife, whether you're separated from them or not. All these lies being told in the single community, all this manipulation, all this sex. Nobody's taking the time to get to know each other. Nobody's praying about it. Nobody's going to God about it. Nobody wants to close doors and say, I'm just going to put my time and effort into this person. If I'm really trying to get to know her, because when you approach somebody, man, and you're attracted to that woman, and you're saying that you like that woman, and you want to get to know her, then that's going to require you to be patient and take your time. But how can you take your time in getting to know her, but you're juggling one or two or three other women? The same thing goes for you women as well. You all already see red flags, men and women. The first time you meet a man or woman, or the first time you have a 10 or 15, 20-minute conversation with them, but you overlook it. And so I'm about to end this video message. This is part 2. I'm just continuing it from part 1. You all are going to have to do something different. Stop hopping in the bed with people. And if you don't agree with that, then like I said, you could continue to live your life like that, but there are going to be consequences. Whether it's physical consequences, spiritual, or mental or emotional consequences. Your life cannot continue to be disorganized in this sense. And you feel like you are going to find real love and prosper with that. That is the video message. Well, guys, it is time for me to go because I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.